Hey y'all. So, of course, it's your girl Danny P. Now I'm here before we start the show again. Just want to tell y'all something real quick that Deb told me this week. Now, I be on Facebook and whatever, and it was a post where it was like, oh, a woman has a paycheck of $1,400 and her man needs to borrow $1,300 and she lets him and she only has $100 left. Now, there was a tizzy, it was a crazy stir when I shared it on Facebook. It was just like men were like, oh, see how women are getting defensive and this, that, and the third. And the ladies like, well, why would I give you my money and stuff? So, I brought it home to Deb. I was like, hey, let me show you this post. I read it to her. I was like, what do you think? I want to know your opinion. And she tells me, she said, so the woman had she broke it down. It was like the woman had $1,400 and she gave the man the $1,300 and only had $100 left. Well, she a whole fool. And so I started dying because how she said it, I was like, Ma, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really think you think that she was a fool for doing that? And she was like, yeah. She was like, you can't give your last to somebody because you have to think, would they give you your last? Would they give you their last? Like, would they really, honestly, if you were in that dire need, could you really count on someone to give you their last? There's not too many people, around that are willing to do that. No one's ever going to give you your last. So the fact that she gave a man her last, my mother just, she comes from a different time, so a time where men, paid all the bills or whatever, came and brought the money home to the woman. She comes from that era. And in my era, it's just like, they talking about we going 50-50 or something, like, rent. If he pays rent, you pay the little utilities. If he buy, he cooks dinner, you wash dishes, all that type of jazz. And I was talking to Deb, I was like, that's the new generation. That's their type of wave now. This is believing in 50-50. And she's like, y'all are so lost because it's so simple and you're messing that up. But, I got to go. That's just my little mommy dearest of the week. Like, she basically said, don't ever give a man your last, ladies. So, I'm going to listen to my girl on this one. But I got to go because I guess we're about to start taping Cut from a Different Cloth Season 2, Episode 2. So I'm going to see y'all in just a bit. Hey y'all, and welcome to Cut from a Different Cloth. I have missed y'all, like, ever since episode 1. You know what I'm saying? I have missed y'all. Now, so much has happened this week. Like, my cup is boiling hot. Like, this whole week I've been blowing on my teacup because so much has happened. I mean, we got to talk about Auntie and Stevie J. Like, oh my gosh, we got to get into that. And Auntie's been doing some, like, a little ludicrous type of behavior this past week where I'm like, Auntie, you can't be out here like that. You know what I'm saying? So, including last night, even Offset, of Migos and my girl Cardi B's husband, he even got arrested last night. We're going to get into that, getting more into that. It's just been, the tea has just been crazy. And then, y'all, President, we going to get into that one too because that conference though, really though? Russia? For real? For real? That's all I'm going to say. Like, this week has been very interesting. Like, I was just, like, thinking, like, at work and stuff, like, wow, like, everything, like, my news alerts is just going off. I'm like, there's just so much happening. I'm like, did you guys hear, like, discussing with people? I'm like, oh, it is everything. Like, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. But, we're going to get into that, real quick. We're just going to go to a quick little break, and we'll be right back with the tea because it's your girl, Danny P., and welcome to Cut from a Different Cloth. All right, then. Shout out to Roxbury, okay? That is, she black is a vibe. All right, sis. Definitely make sure y'all are out from there. We're back from the break. Now, we're about to get into this tea real quick because, okay. So we're gonna start with the most recent. Now, Offset, last night. I was hanging out or whatever the case was, and I saw it. I was like, wait, Offset got arrested. He got arrested for what? Like, he just had a baby, this baby culture. We were just talking about it on the last episode. So I was reading the article, and it was just basically stating that, Offset is just, he apparently was, he changed over. He made an illegal lane change and he got arrested in Clayton County. And basically it was stating that when the officer pulled him over, that I guess in the car there was three weapons, 3 guns, and it was less than an ounce of marijuana on him. So they're saying they're getting him for possession and gun charges. So, with Offset having trouble, with the legal system, it's not looking too good right now. He's still in Clayton County at the moment. Too bad he's not home with, Cardi and the baby, with the family. Hopefully, he gets home soon. But right now, last night, it's not looking too good for him. He's still, in Clayton County, and we'll have more on that story. But yeah, right now, Offset, he's only 26, you got another daughter, you gotta put childish things away. That's all I'm gonna say on that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say, because Cardi. I love me some Cardi, so I ain't gonna talk about her husband like that. I ain't gonna talk about her husband like that, okay? So, but no. Speaking of husbands and stuff, I just cannot believe Auntie, y'all. Like, seriously, Auntie, like, seriously, why, Auntie? Why? So apparently, it has been said that Auntie Faith Evans and Stevie J apparently got married, and basically they applied for the marriage license on, I guess, Tuesday or something in Vegas, but apparently, according to sources that told Media Takeout, they got married at 10:30 at night in their hotel room. And I'm just like, oh no, why, Auntie? I don't want you. You're not going to do Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Like, no, you don't need to be on there with the good guy. Like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Why would you do that? So a lot of people are just in a frenzy about it, like on Facebook and stuff. Like, it's just a lot going on, where it was actually someone put a post up, and I saw where they were coming from when they were saying this, like, where certain loyalties with men, like when it comes to a woman, that's where the loyalties among men, they end. And they said that women, they ain't ish, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we'll never admit to that. Those type of women will never admit to it. And that, I guess, men's like their insecurities or their like fears get overlooked. Basically, like their warning signs, we just overlook them and say, you're crazy, So, but I can see that, because let's look at it. Faith Evans and Biggie, when he passed, they were separated. We didn't know if they were going to divorce, if they were going to make it work. Because if you read her autobiography book, I did, of course, and it was basically they weren't even living together. They were going to Biggie was trying to get his house in order. He just didn't have enough time. He ran out of time. But Faith Evans got married to another man later on. Like, she moved on with her life, and she got married. Nobody said anything. I don't even know this man's name. I forgot, honestly. And I read the book. But we don't even know this man's name. Now she gets married again for the 3rd time, and it's basically like, wow, okay, it's Stevie J. So it's just like, come on. He was, in the 90s, Biggie is Bad Boy. Stevie J was making the major hits for Bad Boy. It's like, okay, they go hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's more of a morality issue in a sense. It's like, Auntie, any man you could have moved on with, Stevie J, out of all men, like, friends, like, come on now. That makes it look like, well, were you kind of eyeing him? Were you with Big, Like, it just looks messy. Like, honestly, I don't think that was a good look. But, I wish her the best, and I guess Pimp C's wife does too, because she threw subtle shade. I was like, ooh, pay it. She said, how you go from filet mignon to hamburger helper? I was like, ooh, pay it. I was like, no, you didn't. So she was like, she was the last hip-hop widow out here, so she's not getting married again. I was like, oh, no, she didn't. I was like, but to each his own, you know what I'm saying? But we about to go to another quick break, and it's your girl, Danny P, and we're cut from different cloth, you feel me, with What's the Tea. Welcome back, y'all. So we about to wrap up on the tea for the week. Now, y'all know the Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Like, everyone's doing that Shiggy challenge, right? And it went viral. And I've been seeing a lot of Shiggy challenges, and I was like, oh, okay, they're really popping. So I guess there was a rumor out stating that Drake, I guess the song went number 1 on the billboards because everyone was listening to it and doing the challenge, and it went viral and all that good jazz. That Drake, he gave Shiggy $250,000. You know what I'm saying? He gave him $250,000 basically for helping, get the song to number 1 in a sense. Now, everyone, you know how rumors are. You can't really trust rumors. So Shiggy apparently has a clip on the Ricky Smiley show, showed it, where that he denies the $250,000. Like, it would have been nice, but it didn't happen, So basically, that didn't happen. I know that, the challenge is really good. Like, everyone's been killing it. I mean, I've seen a little girl, she was killing it. Like, I was like, all right, little niece, okay. Because the Shiggy challenge, I was like, at first I didn't know what the song was because I didn't listen to Scorpion all the way through. So I was like, where's this song at? And so when they said In My Feelings, I was like, oh, it's on part B. I didn't get to that side. So when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is why they're going like all crazy. And then when I saw the video, I was like, oh, it made sense. So I was a little slow on the Shiggy challenge. But I was like, everyone's usually killing it. I usually see usually little kids are the best ones that I've seen do it, honestly. And a few cops have doing it. Like, a few little cops have been doing it. Like, but the little kids are the best ones I've seen so far. So that's pretty much all that happened this week with the tea. Oh no, before we go, so Drinking Champs. I don't know if you guys listen to, Nori's podcast, Drinking Champs, but Auntie was on there. I knew there was something else with her. She just had me just shaking my head. So she was on there, and there's footage, and there's the audio. If you listen to it, basically they was talking about her and Biggs, what they do in the bedroom. Now, when I read the book, her autobiography, she specifically said she wouldn't say exactly what they did, details. She just we had, our business, and that was that because we're a married couple. She basically didn't tell anything. Well, now I guess Drinking Champs got her to have loose lips because all of a sudden she goes on to say,
big question in Drink
What
Champs.
the fuck?
Did Big eat ass?
Oh. Yeah, I guess that depends on who you ask. Oh.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Favorite wasn't ready for that answer.
He ate mine a few times.
What? When I heard it, I was like, no, she did. I was like, no, she didn't say that. And it's how she said it. I was like, oh no. I was just like, oh no. I was just like, why would she say that? I was like, I was confused. I was just like, I mean, I get it. I don't get it. I don't see. This has me. I'm feeling uncomfortable now. I'm feeling uncomfortable because it's weird. When I heard her, I'm like, that's Auntie. I love me some Faith Evans. But to hear her talk like that, and then for her to say that, and then I'm imagining it in the picture in my mind, I'm just, oh no. I was just shocked. I was really shocked that she said that. That she basically said her and Big, that was a mutual. That's the key word, mutual thing. I was like, oh, okay. I was just like, I know some women do, okay. I was like, okay. Right. I was just like, I was thinking, is she doing that to Stevie? I'm like, I don't know. Because this time, he produced that marriage license. They said they applied for the marriage license and that they're happily, there was a tweet that he said, Faith Renee Jordan, and she loved him and said his name and stuff. I'm like, is she doing that? Because Jocelyn, with wedding license and stuff, they don't produce papers. So, it's just kind of like, oh, okay. But no, this one, they said there's an actual paper license that they are married. So that's definitely, I'm like, congrats to them. But Auntie really said she did that. I was like, okay, Auntie. So, on that note, we're going to go to a quick break because we got to definitely go to the real deal. Because we're going to talk about y'all president and why he acting a fool at this press conference and stuff. So we about to get to Trump, y'all president. Remember, y'all president, okay? So we're going to get to a quick break, and we're going to be back with the real deal. I am your host, Danny P, and of course, welcome to Cut from a Different Cloth. And welcome back to Cut from a Different Cloth. I am your girl, Danny P, of course. Now, we're about to get into this conference. Now, I'm usually not a news person. That's just not my thing. I love to know what's going on in the world. But I had to see the news when I heard Trump basically sold us out, essentially. Like, he honestly sold us out to Russia in this conference with Putin, like with President Putin. Now, we have the clip where it shows a bit of the pieces where he's saying he doesn't believe Russia was in collusion with the U.S. with the elections, basically saying he believes in our intelligence agencies, but then low-key throwing them under the bus by agreeing with Russia. Like, you're not even agreeing with our nation. And it's just like, can we say that Trump's a traitor? I mean, if the glove fits, let's kind of wear it on this one. Because this man, what else are we going to allow to go under the rug? Like, he's a racist. Come on now. He's a traitor. But honestly, I'm going to redirect. Because basically, I think Putin has something on Trump. Because all of a sudden, he's so for the people and this, that, and the third, how he is. It's like he's so ballsy in a sense. And the fact that he's just agreeing with Russia and feeling like, basically bigging this man up in the clip, it's just like, does he have something on you? Because remember, the Donald was a businessman before president. Like, is it something in the past you don't want to get out, like that we could just impeach you with? Like, it gotta be something, because this man literally, like, y'all have to see the clip. Like, I'm not even playing. The Donald really sold us out. But that's y'all president that y'all voted for. Like, I'm sorry. I voted for Hillary. She might have had 30,000 emails missing. But Donald, seriously? No. He said all of that just for all those promises, and that's that. But, we're going to wrap up the show. Okay. So we're going to wrap up the show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning. Before we wrap up the show, we're going to show you the Trump clip now. So we're about to go to the Trump clip.
Why was the FBI told to leave the office of the Democratic National Committee? I've been wondering that. I've been asking that for months and months, and I've been tweeting it out and calling it out on social media. Where is the server? I want to know, where is the server, and what is the server saying? With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server. But I have confidence in both parties. I really believe that this will probably go on for a while, but I don't think it can go on without finding out what happened to the server. What happened to the servers of the Pakistani gentleman?
That is just, there's no way y'all not going to tell me that he don't have something on this man. Like, and on that note, we're going to end the show with that. Because I just cannot. Every time I see it, But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cut from a Different Cloth. We covered a lot. I feel like the show just always flies with you guys. I swear, it just always flies when I'm having a good time. Thank you so much to my crew for we pulled it off yet again to start season 2. All of that good jazz. Season 3, we will be having a guest rapper, Wreak Havoc, with us. So for episode 3, we will be having a guest, Wreak Havoc, and we will be tuning in more to that. I will be saying more with the promo video. So on that note, I will see you guys in between time. Stay blessed now, y'all.
Hey, y'all, what's poppin'? Now, I promised I would give y'all an update on Offset. And Offset is home. Shout out to my girl, Naira, on audio. She definitely told me that Takeoff tweeted out that Offset is home. So Offset is no longer in Clayton County Jail. He is back home with Cardi and Baby Culture. You feel me? Now, next episode, we will be having Boston's very own, our first guest of the season, Reek Havoc. You know, rapper Reek Havoc. You know what I'm saying? Reek got next. What up, Reek? So you know what I'm saying? He's going to be coming through the studio with his latest release mixtape. You feel me? We're going to chop it up. So you know what I'm saying? August 11th, be on lock for that because Reek coming and Reek got next. So you know it's your girl, Danny P, where Wendy meets Oprah. And I'm going to start giving my snippets, you know, little updates in between because I be missing the fuck out of y'all. No bullshit. Like, y'all my peoples. You feel me? I don't know if y'all rock with me like that just yet, but y'all my peoples. No shade. So I like to keep y'all informed when I get informed.